Have you ever been kissed by a woman like this? This is the story of an adventure so fantastic and horrible as to make a man of science doubt his senses. See the dance of destruction as tarantula entices men to a strange fate. Lost women, lost because they were born without human souls. Children of abominable deviltry and twisted science, unleashed by insanity.
He has human beauty and intelligence, still possesses the capacities and instincts of the giant spider.
Who could have shot him?
Nobody shot him. Look, these are not bullet wounds.
What could have killed him?
I don't know. I hope we won't have to find out.
Aren't you afraid, Grant?
I'm scared stiff.
If you're frightened, what do you call him?
I'm getting out of here.
The terror of mortal man, paralyzed with fear, bereft of reason, facing the horror of the giant hexapod.
Pagurong.
Will everyone in the theater hold on firmly to his seat, please? Stop it! Stop it! I'm Vincent Price. What unearthly horror did that girl gaze upon? What manner of incredible thing walked beneath that hood? It would be unfair at this time to show you any more of what went on in that laboratory where a man actually dared to play God. So fantastic, words can't begin to describe it. You must see it with your own eyes to believe it. When the fly comes your way.
It isn't like any other fly I've ever seen. Leave it alone! No! No! Please let me look at the fly.
I've killed Andre. Please help me. Call the police and...
The charge can only be murder.
There were no mistresses. I had no lovers.
Why did you kill him?
God, don't let it get out.
Inspector, it's in the garden. Come quickly.
As God is my witness, I saw the thing. It's unbelievable. I shall never forget that scream as long as I live.
The fly's on its way. Watch out for it. It's far beyond anything your mind could ever conceive.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friends, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, good evening.
And Mr. Fresh Rogan.
What's poppin'?
What is poppin', boys? How we doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing good.
I'm working on my my ventriloquist act.
Okay.
As you can, I think, see on my.
Yes. Evan has been working on his ventriloquism.
It almost looks like my mouth is not moving at all.
And he'll be working on it throughout the show. So if you notice, at certain times he's not. It looks like he's not moving his mouth or anything. And I'm just gonna tell you something crazy is gonna happen, but it'll be fixed in a second. Boom, there it is. Okay.
Yo, Evan, drink a glass of water.
Yeah, Evan, that's what you need. You need a glass of water.
Right. Yeah. We'll wait a little bit. And maybe we'll.
Right. Yeah. So, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and another wonderful Friday evening for some public domain horror. Made it through another week. Another week is in the books. So we can unwind, relax, and we're getting into fall, boys. Fall.
It's officially fall.
It's official.
Happy equinox, everybody.
Happy equinox if you celebrate. It's certainly in the air where we're at.
I actually don't own a car.
Oh, you don't own a car? Of course. Well, be that as it may. Even if you don't own a car, you can still appreciate all the wonders.
I can test drive. I can test drive an Equinox maybe, but I'm not sure.
Well, even if you can't, what is that, Chevy? Even if you can't get your hands on a Chevy Equinox, you can still walk out and enjoy this wonderful fall equinox, this wonderful fall weather that we're having. Don't know what it's like in Fresh's neck of the woods. I know it's
it's getting a little cool. Feels good.
I think I think you've got a little bit of I think the forecast was calling for a little bit of
They called it seasonal weather.
Seasonal weather. Also call it is there a birthday in the forecast by chance? Possibly, could it be?
There was.
Today is Mr. Fresh Rogan's birthday, so
Yes.
give it up. Three cheers for Fresh.
Hip hip.
3. I'm counting.
Hooray! Are we gonna do all 3?
Are we doing 3? Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! There it is.
There it is.
3. Can't actually do as many as his real. That is his real age. Actually, he's 3. He's like in the final stages of a
mentally,
Benjamin Button
I'm
thing,
3 years
and, but he still retained his remarkable grasp on the English, the human language. It's not totally deteriorated yet, but we'll work through the show.
We're working on
as it steadily declines. But yeah, he went from being 4 and he just turned 3, and we're excited to wish Fresh a happy 3 big ones. So
we've got a bunch
Thank you.
There's a lot of big birthdays.
Yeah, we were just looking
big
before
name
the show.
birthdays today.
It's kind of crazy how many prominent.
There's a whole pantheon of people.
Especially musicians, which Fresh has a little musical talent.
Who did we say? Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Yeah, Ray Charles.
The Boss. Mr. Springsteen.
Tony Danza.
The
Boss. He's the boss. Everybody knows that.
Such a dumb
Boss Hog.
Yeah, he's a Doug
Boss
Dimmadome
Hog,
/ Boss Hog.
Boss Hog. That's right. That's what he is, Boss Hog. Yeah. So we're gonna be celebrating Fresh's birthday in style tonight. We got a pretty solid movie lined up to celebrate. I think. 1959 science fiction horror movie called The WASP Woman, directed by Roger Corman, which is a familiar name on this show. We've watched, I think, 3 movies that he's directed. Maybe 4.
It was Bucket of Blood.
Bucket of Blood, The Terror.
Dementia 13?
He produced Dementia 13, but we did see that. And Creature from the Haunted Sea. And maybe it's just been those. I think it's just been those.
All fun films.
Yes.
All good episodes.
Yes, those are. If you haven't seen those, you can go check that out on our YouTube page. It's a lot of fun. All of his movies are, and tonight's movie I think is. Let's see, tonight's movie is the earliest film of his that I think we'll have seen.
What year are we looking at tonight?
So this is the same year as Bucket of Blood, 59. But, wait, yes, Fresh. Sure.
Acknowledge my freestyle in chat right now.
Yes. I don't even know. That's the lyrical genius is just too much for me to even.
Yeah, I'm gonna trademark it. Hang on, so no one can steal it.
Yeah, there you go. Good, smart plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is like the same year as Bucket of Blood, but it was made right before Bucket of Blood, and it's definitely before any of the other movies of his that we've seen so far. And it's a fun movie. It's about a beauty executive that basically enlists a mad scientist to try to create this like anti-aging formula out of like
the through line
Wasps
of
and
all of
bees
these movies is always the mad scientist.
Well,
There's always
surprisingly enough, and we'll get into this once we get into the movie, but this is really like one of Corman's like first forays into the whole like mad scientist plotline. He didn't really do like this is really one of his. He'd only done like a couple real horror, maybe one or two real horror movies before this. This is maybe like the first really full straight like horror movie he did, because it's kind of sci-fi, but it's kind of horror. It's got a lot of cool elements. It's snappy, it's fun, it's quick. So we're gonna get into it tonight. Got a lot of fun facts to share with everybody about the making of this movie, some of the people involved, all that same good stuff that we do here on the show. Speaking of the good things that we do here on the show, another thing is the segment that Evan brings us every week. He brings a delicious drink to pair with the movie in a segment which we call
What Were You Drinking?
What were you drinking?
Well, tonight we are drinking. So tonight's film is again titled The Wasp Woman. The Wasp Woman. And tonight's drink is simply The Wasp.
Simple, effective. It's probably got a sting to it.
Probably. This is made with 2-to-1 parts vodka and banana liqueur and ginger ale. So really just expecting just a boozy ginger ale, a hint of banana.
Just a hint.
And I feel like we may have touched on this on Wednesday, but the flavor choice here is it's a little interesting.
It's a little interesting.
Whenever
a drink called the Wasp to be banana flavored.
Right, because I feel like.
But what does a wasp taste like?
Right, because my mind always goes to honey, but then I think, well, that's not right. Wasps don't make honey.
No, they don't. That would be a bad mistake for anybody who believed that. Dumb bears. Really dumb bears.
Who knows? Maybe just wasps are sometimes yellow, bananas are sometimes yellow.
That's close enough. That's a good enough connection. That's all we need.
Imagine trying to be a beekeeper and accidentally getting a bunch of wasps and trying to collect the honey.
I mean...
You're a newbie. They send you the wrong box. They instead of the box full of bees, they send you a box of hornets.
Sound like some really angry bees. Oh no! That just means the honey's gonna taste better.
Yeah, that's them making honey.
It's a newbie
mistake. It sounds like when they're producing honey.
The angrier they are, the more honey they make.
6 months later, man, I haven't gotten a drop of honey off of these things.
You know what they say? Happy cows make good cheese. Angry wasps make good honey.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard that. I believe I've heard that.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, people say that.
God almighty.
People definitely say that.
Well, we'll see.
We're gonna see.
There's no. This might have a little bit of a sting to
There's
it.
no honey in this, but. All right. Well.
All right.
Cheers, everyone.
Clink.
It's actually not bad. I actually kind of like it.
How much ginger ale do you have?
Do you want some more?
Yeah, could you put a little? Yeah, I can get a little
top off.
A little top off. A little, a little banana-y, but not
yeah, the banana definitely comes through.
Banana comes through. All right, hold on.
I mean, to be fair, there's 3 ingredients in this drink, and only one of them I would say has any real amount of flavor. Vodka just tastes like alcohol, and ginger ale doesn't really taste like much by itself.
That's a good one, fresh. Yes, I like that. if you don't do your Roger Corman freestyle rap during the actual movie itself, I'll be
Roger Corman going door to door, man, like a Mormon.
Get off the boat like a longshoreman. God, so dumb.
Dude, no, it's not dumb.
No,
dude.
it's not
really
dumb.
good.
Keep it up.
See?
Keep it up. No, you're right. It's not dumb. It's not dumb.
Yeah.
Keep
it's
it up.
really good, is what you meant to say.
That is, yeah. Sorry, you're right. It's really, it actually is. I do love that. That's pretty hilarious. So yeah, no, this is actually a pretty solid drink. It's definitely like some sparse ingredients for sure.
Yeah, it's simple, but I think it works kind of surprisingly well. So.
This is Fresh is just in here spitting fire. If you're missing what Fresh is serving up on the chat, then you're missing out.
I think I'm missing it. The window.
What?
I had. I can't see it.
You can't see it? Hold on. How about now?
Okay. Nice.
How about now? Can you see it now, Evan? Yes, he can. Oh my God! Now that's a bit of a stretch, Fresh.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
My girl low key look out of proportion.
That could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good thing.
Could be good, could be bad. We really don't know.
Dude, I'm gonna have a verse done by the end of this, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I think you better, or else.
This man's just multitasking.
What else do we pay you for here?
Right.
Come on.
You guys are getting paid?
No, you're getting paid. We're not getting paid.
We're only in exposure.
You're getting paid as the lyricist.
She could have a bit. That's true. I could be dating Mega Mind.
Big head, big forehead, weird ears. Who knows? Could be anything.
That's true. That's actually what I meant. Yes, she has big ears.
Big ears. She's got those.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Clark Gable-looking ears. There's a classic Hollywood reference for very small sliver of audience. Yeah, there we go.
Stream reference.
There it is. Gotcha. If you don't know what Clark Gable's ears look like, then you just look it up. They're like this. But you know, that's the whole thing.
They're making a Clark Gable hologram for the new Dumbo movie.
Yeah, right. It's easier just to, get his estate to sign off on CGI resurrecting, his likeness to play the elephant. I.e. the Peter Cushing thing that we talked about on Wednesday during the mini-sode, that was fun. That was a good little educational session. So I'm about to serve up all kinds of facts here as we get into tonight's film, The WASP Woman. I actually hadn't seen this until a couple years ago. This is not one that, I watched Little Shop of Horrors, the Roger Corman version, not the musical. I've not seen the musical. But the Roger Corman version I watched a lot growing up. I didn't really see A Bucket of Blood for the first time until I was a teenager. And I didn't see Wasp Woman until a couple years ago. It's actually a pretty solid movie. It's not like those other two movies, which are specifically, those are horror comedies. There's some funny moments, but I think it's mostly meant to be serious. And it's just a snappy movie. And, Roger Corman, this was his 22nd film that he directed.
22nd?
That he directed. That's
Sheesh.
Not counting the films that he produced or executive produced or all the other shit that he did, because he was doing so much. And this is just in a 5-year span of time. From his first year, from the first movie he directed to this film, 22 movies. Catch me posted on the corner wearing a wire and form it. Yes, those are flames. I love how you start each like one with Roger Corman. That somebody needs to get you a record deal. I tagged him in the tweet that I posted about tonight's episode. So yeah, maybe he'll see this. He'll hear your fire raps, and then he'll make a record deal with you.
Yeah, somebody at Roger Corman.
It's already been done. No, but we'll learn. We'll get more into like Roger Corman's kind of like career up to this point. But needless to say, this was like a big movie for him, and kind of like set the tone for like a new phase of his career, which is really, really kind of interesting. So I'm really excited to get into it. I hope you boys are. Anything before we get into tonight's movie, Evan or Fresh?
All right. Roger Corman.
Somebody
Posted
give him
with
a
my
beat.
goth chick watching Paranorman.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That's right.
Oh,
Deep
look
cut.
at you.
See?
Yep. Somebody get this man a record deal. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, bro, what am I even doing with my life? Dude, I didn't just be signed already.
What? Yeah, he's over here rapping on a public domain horror live stream when he could be spitting into a microphone for the masses, making that bread.
The Roger Corman freestyle coming soon.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Coming
That's gonna be the hit maker. That's what's gonna get you that record deal.
Coming to a bakery near you.
Your Roger Corman freestyle. I see it. I see it in your future already. I cannot wait.
I'm ready. I'll do whatever the lose yourself beat, dude.
Perfect. Which,
Yeah.
it's funny that you say that, because the guy who directed 8 Mile was like one of the guys. He was a guy who started under Roger Corman. He came out of the Roger Corman Film School. So
it all fits
connects.
together.
It's a kind of a Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, 7 degrees
of Roger Corman.
Well, I mean, it might as well. I mean, seriously, with a lot of these horror movie actors, horror movie directors, their connections with other people in the industry, which you would never think that they're like just a movie away or an actor away. Like, oh yeah, this is like, what? This is very wild to me. But that's what happens when you're making like over 5 movies in a year. I mean, the man was prolific, to say the least. So you get into all
I'm
that.
anti-lithic.
Yes, you're anti-lithic. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck lithic,
it's a dicey situation to weigh in on, certainly. But whether you're pro,
If I see lithium in public, bro, I'm fucking throwing down.
Yeah. Well, you are more than welcome to use this as a political format to air your grievances. If this shows
Against
anything,
lithium.
Yes.
Yeah, if I see lithium in public, I'm throwing down, dude. Anti-lithic.
He's gonna have his fisticuffs rearing to go. He's gonna be ready. All right, you boys. I say you boys because I'm so used to. Well, we've been
old habits.
we've been kind of we had a little bit of a break. We took last week off, and so the last 2 streams that we've done have been. Evan has not been in studio. So.
That's right, yeah.
So now here he is. So
back in the studio.
So if oh, wait a second. Okay, hold on now. So I just realized that when I hit the wrong button at the very beginning before we really went on tonight, the movie's gonna kind of start a little bit more than where it's like a couple seconds in fresh. So like,
okay.
So what I can do is I can restart it and just tell you when. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna get us into it, but pay no attention to this. Okay, fresh. Queued up. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fresh. All right,
I'm ready.
right now. Okay, there it is. We got it. We're in.
Wait, you want me to start it?
Oh
I'm just
my.
kidding. The Wasp Woman.
Fresh is it. And I don't know, our audience should be able to hear it, but let me know if you cannot hear it. I think you should be able to.
Yeah, they can hear it.
Okay, good. Good. So are these wasps or bees? Can we tell?
These look like bees.
They look like bees.
Oh my god, S-Sync, get the fuck out. I know you're fucking with me.
Hear what? Hello? Oh, hey!
So loud. So this music sounds familiar. It's because it's the same music for 2 of the other Roger Corman movies we've already watched.
Dude just found one song he liked, stuck with it.
His story is he got duped. And that composer just reused the same music on like 8 movies. I don't believe that that's true.
Yo, it's actually a beekeeper. It's actually a beekeeper.
This man's a professional.
But it's... never mind.
Wait, what no, okay, what?
He's gonna do the joke. It's a wasp. Why is he a beekeeper?
Ah, yeah.
I imagine it's all the same protective equipment.
You gotta get a wasp-proof suit.
Yeah, but you don't normally carry around a honey collector if you're taming wasps.
I think
He's literally doing the joke.
it might be more bees than...
Just it's an easy mistake to make. Everybody does it when they first get into beekeeping.
We've all done it.
We've all been there.
So, I don't know if this particular scene is in the original cut, but some of this stuff in the beginning was added later when this was sold to television. And it was shot by Jack Hill, the guy who directed Spider Baby and Karloff Scenes and Snake People and all that shit. And those extra scenes in Dementia 13 as well. He's just the extra scene guy. You need extra scenes filmed, you call Jack Hill.
It's the fakest looking hornet nest.
Yeah, that looks terrible. These bees are diseased.
I'm sick.
That wasp nest, it looks sad. It looks like it's sick.
We're gonna steam them out.
Your puppy is not going to hurt you one bit. Just relax.
Say hello to my...
Sleep, sleep, sleep. And in the morning, you'll find yourselves in your new home. Ain't my pets?
Wow, they really needed us to know the story.
God, yeah, that's just the tiniest little fucking... That's barely a nest.
I like how it's like a fedora beekeeper hat.
Man's got style. I guess it's designed to go around his
the only kind of
hat.
It's the only kind of headwear they were making back then.
This is back when people were wearing hats all the time.
Everyone's got a fedora on, so you just make the thing to go over a fedora. Easy.
It's funny, I know a couple people that have like gotten into beekeeping, and it's such an interesting like hobby. I don't even know what you would call it. It's such a, you know. I mean, they're getting honey out of it, so I guess you're benefiting.
Living off the land, just me and the bees.
Doesn't seem worth the squeeze. You have to take care of all these bees and you get honey.
Great.
Yeah, I could live off this stuff.
Yeah, I have one buddy, and when he posts updates about it, like he's had some crazy shit happen with his hive, and like it's kind of wild, the like kind of shit that you have to consider when
you have to deal with nature.
Like a shit ton of bees.
Good morning, Doc. What you got there?
Bees.
Aaron, I found some new friends.
I found some new friends.
Wasp, you better be careful. They can sting a man to death.
Don't worry, we understand each other. They know who their friends
Is that true?
They can tell.
Wasps?
Can you die from wasps?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
If you knew about wasps, what
you got
I know,
stung by enough
have
of
no
them?
fear of them, my boy.
I feel like you get fucked up, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but if you're allergic.
Yeah, if you're allergic.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. You could be, you get my-girled by the wasp.
That's okay. I'm only allergic to bees. They're wasps.
I never saw that movie, but that's the only thing that I know about it is there's.
Yeah, it's a super fucking sad movie. I watched it a lot when I was a kid.
Hey, you! Give us a hand here. Hello there, Mr. Barker.
Sad boy fresh.
Yeah, surprised to see you out here in the field, sir.
Always.
How are things running at the front office? Smooth as honey, Renfro.
Yeah, see, that's the fucking guy who was
I see
in
here
Spider
you turned
Baby
in over
playing
1,000 pounds of orange blossom
the
honey
lawyer,
and 400 of
Schlocker.
beeswax last month, Renfro. Congratulations. You've made the top of the list again.
And he
Thank
also
you, sir.
played the poacher that got his head
Sorry,
chopped off
I didn't mean
in
it.
13 as
You
well.
stay with it. I can see a bright future for you with the company.
I didn't remember
well, I
he was
do
in
try to do
this,
my
but
best, Mr. Barker.
That means it's probably
I
Jack
try to
Hill
take my
stuff.
inspiration from the bees. Always busy, busy, busy. Yes. What about this fellow, Dr. Zinthrop? Zinthrop? Boy, there's a nut.
Imagine just having to walk around with these
Surprised me
things on your
someday to see
head.
him flapping his arms, taking off after some
It's a
queen bee with the
safety
rest of the
precaution.
drones. Well, he's paid to do research on royal jelly. Haven't had a progress report from him in a month. Well, he has a little workshop up there back of the orange grove. Keeps a few colonies. I suppose I better go up there and take a look. Hey, you! Where's this fella Zinthrop?
He's just fucking spraying the steam everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any strategy to
This
that.
isn't a honeybee. These are wasps. Wasps? Who's responsible for this? Most likely
Wasps?
Dr. Zinthrop, sir. I told you he was a crackpot. Zinthrop, huh? Zinthrop.
Zinthrop.
And they start shaking their fists. No.
Like fucking over here, diligently doing wasp research.
Zinthrop.
Researching royal jelly.
Royal jelly.
Zinthrop.
Royal jelly sounds like it should be something that's really delicious. but
Royal
I
jelly
doubt
reminds
it
me of
is.
the jellyfish jelly in SpongeBob. That's
Right.
what I
That
think.
yeah. That's yeah. Which
Now, look here,
which
Zinthrop,
also
what's all this
always looks
nonsense about
delicious.
wasps?
Yes, it
I'm
does.
so glad you dropped in, Mr. Barker. Mr. Barker, I'm on the verge of a great discovery.
Discovery? What do you mean?
Well, sir, I almost perfected a new method of extracting royal jelly from the queen wasp.
According to my figures, you're better at extracting funds from the company. Now look here, Zinthrop.
got
Over $1,000 last month for
burn.
miscellaneous.
He definitely had that one loaded. He thought of that one on the ride over.
He was in the shower this morning practicing that one.
Soon, I shall be able to reverse it entirely.
What are you getting at, Zinthrop?
Reverse it.
You can't reverse aging.
What do you see?
See a big dog and a little dog.
Let's say an old dog and a young dog.
All right, so what?
Well, they're exactly the same age.
Says a
You
Benjamin
see, the
Button
little
thing.
one, Greta, has been given regular injections of my compound.
It's like, have you ever seen Benjamin Button?
Just like I told you, Mr.
It's kind of like that.
I want to see a
Now
sequel
look
to
here,
Benjamin
Zinthrop.
Button where it's about a
I
dog.
understand about science and progress and all that, but you were attained to extract
It's
Queen
about a
Bee
dog
royal
that
jelly.
Oh, it sounds so much
it's
better.
Turns into a puppy.
cosmetic. It's not a miracle drug or an elixir of youth. That sort of thing is impossible.
Oh, but Mr. Parker...
Zinthrop, I'm sorry, Zinthrop, but I'm gonna have to let you go.
Oh.
You just don't seem to be one of the team. You understand. Good luck. I'm sure you'll fit in somewhere.
Sheesh.
You're a rogue. We don't have time for big ideas here at the...
With your fancy schmancy big ideas here at the honey factory.
Yeah, whatever the fuck this is called. What else? Isn't there something else that they call, like, bee...
Apiary?
Is it apiary?
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't
Is that what
worry,
they're
my
working
friend. We shall find a home somehow, somewhere.
You're at the apiary field laboratory.
Pretty much.
I know. Your beans, huh?
The mad scientist at the apiary field.
He just has a tent with some beakers in it. Like, yep, I'm the mad scientist.
Every bee farm gets one.
Now you must eat them. Be strong because, well, a lot of work to do together.
This guy's an actor named Michael Mark, and he was a character actor. This is one of the few times he got to play a big, like, role. He usually just played background, really small roles. This is probably one of the biggest roles he.
As you can see, gentlemen, sales for the
I'll
last
talk more
fiscal
about some
quarter
other stuff he did later.
have dropped 14.5%. There has not been a corresponding drop in our competitor sales. I trust one of you gentlemen has a satisfactory explanation for this decline.
All right, I want names.
suggestion.
Heads are on the chopping block.
We'll start with you, Thompson. As public relations manager, no doubt you have some faint glimmering of what's happening to Stalin products. Well, Thompson?
Well, you see,
I had no idea you were such an excellent public speaker, Thompson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Starlin. I guess I'm not feeling very well this morning.
I'm sorry you aren't.
I think I can tell you why Starlin products are falling off so badly, Miss Starlin.
We're listening, Lane. Where would you put the responsibility for this decline?
On you, Miss Starlin.
Got her.
Wow.
I imagine you have arguments to support that contention.
We've all been looking at it for the past 20 minutes. The most convincing argument is right on that graph. May I show you? Thank you. Now, right here in April is when Starlin sales started falling off.
Very clever of you, Lane.
Got him.
Would you mind waiting until I finish, Miss Starlin?
That's enough, Lane.
Relax, Willis. My apologies.
Yeah, Don
for the
Draper.
interruption.
It's enough.
Hey, I mean, look at this. This is a, you know.
Now, as I said, sales began to fall in April. But the reason
This
for the
lady's a
fall was
boss,
back here
alright.
in February.
That almost feels surprising for
Starlin
59.
Products have always been thought of as something of a modern miracle in the cosmetics
Well, it is
trade.
a cosmetics company.
A firm built to a multi-million-dollar-a-year business on the strength and appeal of one person, Janice Starlin. From the beginning, right through until February of this year, only one woman's face was used to advertise those products. Your face, Miss Starlin. The public have come to accept you as a symbol. Well, now, after 16 years, they see a different face. They don't trust it. They feel cheated.
Yeah, this is a
simple
Don
fact is
Draper. Let me put it in a really soft way of saying you're ugly.
Well, that's about all I've got to say.
And a darn good job of saying it, too.
I agree. Lane makes a lot of sense on that score, Miss Starlin.
I think I've had enough flattery for one morning, gentlemen.
Damn.
It was a very convincing argument, Lane.
Yeah, it is rude.
Very.
There's only one small factor you've overlooked. Not even Janice Starlin can remain a glamour girl forever.
Miss Starlin,
Yes, Mary.
there's a Mr. Zinthrop in reception. He says he has an appointment.
Thank you. Well, this has been a very informative get-together. That'll be all for now.
So you depressed the hell out of me. You made me feel really old. I need to go out and find a store that has my exact style.
Yes, Miss Starlin.
I'd like to see you in my office, please.
Sure, Miss Starlin. Take it easy, hotshot. Something on your mind, Miss Starlin?
It's a crazy looking office.
Yeah, that's
Royal
classic
Jelly.
late 50s, like,
Are there any real therapeutic values in it?
kish
I'd
isn't
say
really
so.
the right word, but it's...
A lot depends on each individual's reaction to the stuff.
What do you mean?
It's just that no two people react in precisely the same way. One man's meat's another man's poison.
Whoa.
That you think royal jelly can be beneficial in some cases.
Queen bees set a lot of store by it.
I'll accept that as an affirmative answer. Supposing a more powerful form of royal jelly could be obtained. From the queen wasp, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, would
Good
you suppose that
idea.
might have some rejuvenating effect on a human being?
I'd stay away from wasps if I were you, Miss Starlin. Socially, the queen wasp is on a level with the black widow spider. They're both carnivorous. They paralyze their victims and then take their time devouring them alive. But they kill their mates in the same way, too. Particularly a
How do you know so much about bugs, dude?
I'm not exactly interested in the love life of the queen wasp. I want your opinion on the possibilities of using enzyme extracts from royal wasp jelly, commercially.
Well, if you want an honest opinion, Miss Starlin,
Of course I want an honest opinion.
then my advice is forget about it.
Thank you, Arthur.
Anytime, Miss Starlin.
Yes, not very subtle, is it?
Not at all.
I wonder what's going to happen.
You shouldn't play around with these wasps, otherwise you'll turn into some kind of wasp woman.
About time.
Oh, he said it.
Janice Starlin Enterprises.
Miss Starlin?
Yes. How do you do? I'm afraid I won't be able to give you much time, Mr. Zinthrop.
But it is I who give you the time, Miss Starlin. Oh, yes. Plenty of time I give you. 10, maybe 15 years I give you.
See, I don't know why he's playing it
I
with
want
an
you to understand
accent,
one thing
because
very
he's...
clearly, Mr. Zinthrop.
He's an
The
American
director's
man,
like,
as far as I know.
they're like, there's no accent.
What you claim to be tangible.
Your character doesn't have an
Well,
accent.
like you're not playing the guy who works at the Egyptian bazaar in the mummy's hand, alright? You're just playing an American scientist. So that's the thing, he's in a whole bunch of Universal horror movies back in the days playing like a background guy. He's the guy at the Egyptian bazaar, or he's the dad of the little girl who gets thrown into the lake in Frankenstein. You know, he's played a lot of small roles in horror movies before this. It's kind of interesting that he's got a big role as a mad scientist here.
Do you know if he did a voice when he was just a background character?
No, like when in Frankenstein, because he's also in Son of Frankenstein and Ghost of Frankenstein. He's, you know, kind of speaks with a little more of a European accent, but.
Well, no, this is a doping scandal.
Yep.
In a few minutes, madame,
Watch
yeah,
this.
miracle, you shall not
Now he's going to win the Tour de France.
You may look if you like. I have no
This guinea pig is gonna be disqualified from running through this maze. Wait.
It's not even the same animal.
It's just a different animal.
I call it the Benjamin Button shot.
I see you do not believe one animal, so I bring two. I show you again, yes?
Yes, I must be sure.
Yes, madam.
How many animals did you bring with you? We're a cosmetics company, so I'd at least like to see this tested on some dogs and cats first.
Well, Miss Darling, does my secret have interest for you, yes?
What are your terms, Mr. Zinthrop?
First, I must have a laboratory equipped with everything I need for my research. If we're successful, well...
Including
yes,
more
I'll
guinea
get a
pigs,
percentage.
because I'm out. All I have is rats.
But I must get full credit for my discovery. That is most important to me.
I'll have Gordon draw up the contracts.
Oh, contracts. Contracts I do not need. You give me your word. Good enough for me.
You amaze me. Frankly, when I received your letter, I thought you were just another eccentric. But there was always a chance you might not be. Then you walk in here and
My
show me
favorite
nothing short of a
character that
miracle.
he did is
Two
he plays
miracles.
this character in Son of Frankenstein
that
that
you'll
gets
accept my
murdered
word,
by
but
the
I won't teach
monster.
You
And then the same character shows up in the next movie with a close-up shot, with a speaking line, even though he's prominently killed in the last movie. Right after another character who was prominently killed in the last movie is given a speaking line in a close-up. So it felt like they did it on purpose.
Just a
It
do-over.
always has baffled me and cracked me up. It's like, why are we seeing these guys again? They're dead.
It's their twins. They're surviving twins.
I love it. It's just, it's so
Make
dope.
whatever arrangements you may need for your equipment.
Thank you, madame. Now I see how you built all this.
I'm very close to losing it, Mr. Zinthrop. Maybe working together we can save Janice.
The way Roger Corman described this in his
Maybe even make it bigger than ever.
in his
before.
autobiography, his like log line for
Oh,
this
yes.
was like cosmetic
I'm sure the
executive
next
is
3
trying
months
to
we'll see
raise her
a rise in
sagging
startling
profits,
sales that
and
will
it's just
surpass
like
anything we
okay,
dared
yeah,
imagine.
that's
Wow.
good.
Mr. Zinthrop is working on the final stages of a development that will revolutionize the cosmetic industry. He's to have a free hand in his experiments
So,
and will be answerable
I
to
know
no
you
one
said
but myself.
forget about
At
the
the
royal
moment,
jelly,
I
but
cannot divulge the nature of Mr. Zinthrop.
But we're going all in on the royal jelly.
I can assure you, it will bring worldwide recognition.
Meanwhile, he's over here with his eyebrow raised, like arms crossed. Apparently, this music was composed for Bucket of Blood and then just reused, you know, a billion times. This music was in a lot of these movies that came from Roger Corman's company, the film group, and this was the first movie that he made for that company, which made the movies and distributed them, which was like giving Corman all the power, which is what he wanted at this point in his
of all
career.
confidence men to taking a gal like Starlin. Why doesn't somebody wise her up?
Like you, for instance? Phil, what makes you think Zinthrop really isn't on the level? After all, we don't even know what he's working on. It could be very legitimate.
You're as bad as she
And
is.
she was in Bucket of Blood.
Women.
I don't know if she's in anything else we've seen, but I know she's in
Men.
Bucket of Blood.
Every time you're stuck for an answer, you always come up with women. You're not getting out of this one so easily. I'd like to know why you think Zinthrop really hasn't got something.
Well, you can call it male intuition if you like. just that there's something about this whole business that doesn't smell right. The private laboratory, the secret experiments, Zinthrop himself. The only thing that's missing is a genie with a lamp.
Wow.
You better leave the intuition to me. Come on. I'll let you buy me dinner.
Buy you dinner? What's happened to your sporting blood? I thought we were going to toss for the check.
Oh, no. You won the last race.
Wow.
All right, look, I'll make a deal with you. Dinner is on me if you promise to keep an eye on what goes on in there.
What do you want me to do? Read her mail and send you messages and keep your code?
You could do worse.
Oh, no, Mr. Cooper, not you, too.
I've been trying to tell Bright Eyes here that I think Zinthrop is a phony and a confidence man.
Turn around.
If I were sure of that, I wouldn't be worried.
I've been trying to tell Bright Eyes here, turn around.
Whack.
Well, I don't follow you, Coop.
Well, a confidence man would just be interested in your money. The only damage they can do is to your pocketbook.
Great song.
A quack can be fatal.
And that is going to take us to our first break.
Jazz break.
Play
us out.
Yeah, all that music is just, God, it's just been used so many times. It's outrageous. Fred Katz. I don't know if I believe Roger Corman's story that he got duped into using that score so many times. I think he was just trying to save money. It's like, people aren't going to notice or care that it's the same music. Nobody's going to give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, him saying that kind of just makes it look like he wasn't paying attention to his own movies.
I mean, again,
like
but again,
you didn't notice that the...
And we asked this question, this was the trivia question on our Instagram page the other day, which if you haven't followed us on Instagram, you can check that out at Scream Stream Show. It was, how many movies did Roger Corman direct during his most prolific year? Like, between 1954 and 1959, which was when this was made.
Do we have a multiple choice?
It was 6, 7, 8, or 9, and Fresh, I guessed 9.
I'm gonna guess 8.
The answer is 9. 9.
Boom! That's right.
In
What do I win?
1957, he directed 9 movies.
That is insane.
So
I win.
That's what, like a movie every month and some change.
I mean, he was cranking one movie he could finish. Like, this movie he made in 2 weeks. Tonight's movie was made in 2 weeks. The budget was $50,000, which today, adjusted for inflation, is like $480,000.
Pretty small budget for a movie.
Pretty small budget. In a less than 2 week shoot. So just
he made a Fortnite movie.
Yes. He made a Fortnite movie. I don't know.
Wow. Because
Hollywood, where's our Fortnite movie?
You gotta hire Roger Corman to do it. He's still working. He's still
He's still cranking out.
And the man is always in on the trends. That's how he.
How many movies did he make this year?
Oh, I don't know if he might have had a couple things. Nothing. Not
slow year, just 2 or 3.
Slowing down a little bit, but still trying to be active. But yeah, I mean, the man has always been on top of trends, and he, this movie was a sign of that at the time. Like, he obviously, he'd been making low budget sci-fi movies, but like, low budget horror movies were kind of big at the time, and mad scientist movies were big at the time. So that's what this is kind of the culmination of, because like we saw before the break, or before we got into tonight's show, we saw the trailer for The Fly, right? You've had all these movies about mad scientists who are experimenting with animal genes and somehow create some animal-human hybrid monster, and it was a pretty common thing, which kind of like led Corman to make The Wasp Woman. But The Fly had come out just the year before this, 1958, and the same year as this, Return of the Fly came out, 1959, which was the sequel to The Fly. again starring Vincent Price. And Michael Mark, who plays the mad scientist here, is also in Return of the Fly. He plays.
I thought you said Michael Hawk.
No, Michael Mark.
The man with two first names.
The man with two first names, Michael Mark. No, he's great.
Mark Michael and his brother Michael Mark.
Right. I mean, I don't know. He's a fun actor, but yeah, he was in Return of the Fly, which we will see a trailer for during the break.
Do you have a trailer for The Fly Strikes Back?
No, unfortunately, no trailer for The Fly. There's a Curse of the Fly trailer. We haven't gotten around to that yet, but we'll see Return of the Fly. We'll also see a trailer for. What is it? I think it's a movie called Monster on Campus. Monster on the Campus. It came out.
Monster on Campus is just my memoir.
It came out in 1958, and it's kind of a similar. God damn it! Yeah, about your college years, your wild college years.
Getting after it, dude. Let's go. Monster on fucking campus.
They call me the monster on campus.
Who calls you that? You know, people.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, no. Monster on Campus is, I haven't seen it, but it is a like weird. So it's like some kind of mad scientist, and unlocks some kind of missing link gene and creates some kind of. I don't know. It's really strange.
He does some sci-fi and he makes a monster.
What is this? All this late 50s like mad scientist. Like it's kind of sci-fi, but it's more of almost like a horror movie. Cause like sci-fi. At this time it's very much like Aliens. And Roger Corman had done a lot of like alien sci-fi movies before this, but strictly like horror, where it's more grounded in the world as opposed to out of this world. That was something that Corman was kind of coming into, but the other the studios were doing it. Monster on Campus is a Universal movie, and Return of the Fly is a Warner Brothers movie. Fox movie. It's a Fox movie. It's 20th Century Fox. So the studios were doing it. So that was Corman's thing, was to always kind of look at what everybody else was doing and be like, how can I do this cheaper and maybe give you something a little bit better? So we're going to see those two trailers. And then when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting middle of The Wasp Woman. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I say that if you were injected with this, you'd revert to a primitive anthropoid, physically as well as mentally.
Only one scientist dared investigate the incredible phenomena. Our pet dog reverted to an antediluvian wolf.
Look at those teeth. That dog is a throwback.
Our simple dragonfly had become a winged monster of a species extinct for millions of years. Now, before your very eyes, see a man revert to a half-human anthropoid from the dawn of creation. A monster leaving behind a trail of death and destruction.
Oh, it's impossible. Nobody's got a footprint like that. I'll rest when I find the killer.
That's not your responsibility. That belongs to the police.
Madam, I know what I'm doing.
Even he did not suspect the incredible truth. Neither did the police, nor the girl coming to keep a lover's rendezvous. Listen, Do you hear? It's coming back, turning the screen into a buzzing, crawling, creeping nightmare of terror. This is the son of the original Fly, daring to explore the forbidden science of transmigration that brought horrible death to his father.
You look as if you've just seen a ghost, old man.
It was the Fly.
Fear that will fasten its choking grip on you, as his weird experiments spawn the twisted monstrosities of a living hell. The Rat Man, whose hands and feet are changed to paws. The living corpse who rose from his coffin. And the return of the Fly, seeking revenge with 1,000 eyes. Smashing anything that stands in his way.
Suppose he does come here. What if Philippe does not have the mind of a human, but the murderous brain of the Fly?
Then he will have to be destroyed.
And we are back. So that was Monster on Campus and Return of the Fly. Some very cheesy masks, makeup, whatever you want to call it. I think masks in both cases is the appropriate word. Obviously, it's cheap because you don't have a lot of time. These are cheap movies, and it's kind of about making a quick buck. I mean, again, The Return of the Fly came out the year after The Fly. Like, they didn't wait very long, and obviously the makeup in the original Fly is 10 times better than what we just saw in that trailer. Like the makeup in the original Fly looks like an actual fly head. Like it's small and it's kind of unsettling, but that is just like a giant like it doesn't make any sense.
I did enjoy the part where the guy's human head was on the Fly.
Which that looked really horrible too. They didn't do that effect in the original movie, thankfully. But they did do they did at the very end, which I'm sorry if I'm spoiling.
Spoilers for
it's not the
Fly.
same as the Jeff Goldblum version, the Cronenberg version, so don't worry. But in the end of the original Fly, they're like trying to the body of the man with the head of the fly has already been killed. They're trying to find the fly that has the head of a man. Like it's the body of a fly and the head of a man. They're trying to find it. Well, all of a sudden, the little kid comes in. He's like, "Oh, I saw that fly. It's in a spider's web." So they like go to the spider's web and they look at it, and so like it's the actor, and he's just like, you don't see wings or a fly body on him because he's wrapped up in like he's about to be eaten by the spider, and he's going, "Help me, help me!" And and Vincent Price and this detective are watching, and they're like horrified.
Would you guys rather have the head of a human and the body of a fly, or the opposite?
The opposite, 100%.
You'd rather have the head of a fly and the body of a human?
But that's not you though. Your head is on the fly.
Well,
you don't have the brain of the fly.
Imagine
the
if
fly
you did.
is the fly's brain.
Well, in this hypothetical, you would still have your brain in the fly head.
Because it's some kind of teleportation machine. The wires get crossed and it spits out these messed up versions. So I could see a version where maybe your human brain makes it over in the transfer in the fly head, maybe. But
we don't have to think about the science on this too hard.
No, we don't. We certainly don't. We're not watching The Fly. We're watching The Wasp Woman. And
yeah, now I do want to think hard about the science of The Wasp Woman. I want to see where this is going.
Royal jelly.
We're a bit into the movie. Still won't have any.
Oh yeah, we are
Wasp
in the
Woman.
first third. It's been pretty We've been
Did
watching.
you guys see my?
So far.
What is
you
that?
See my monster
Fresh?
on campus.
All right, now hold on. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna type it in. I'm gonna.
This is my composite of Evan during college.
Hold on. Oh my God! Hold on. I'll send that to Evan. That's a real monster on campus.
It looks like
a monster on campus.
You guys ever watch Adventure Time?
Oh, the
party god.
Oh, party god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up.
Literally what you just made there.
I started thinking about why wolves.
I love it. It just has the sideways hat on.
God, great show, terrific show.
Monster on campus.
Monster on campus.
Oh, I'm the monster on campus. Paint a picture like canvas.
Ooh, don't sleep on Evan. Evan's got he's spitting some bars over here as well. Don't sleep on it. Yeah, so we're about to get into the exciting middle of Wasp Woman. So hopefully the action picks up. We get a little bit of death action, a little bit of mayhem, a little bit of terror. We'll see. Anything before we get into it, boys?
No, sir.
All right. Well, Fresh, if you have it queued up,
I do.
Then here we go.
So I says to him, I said,
So is using royal jelly
I'm getting sick of this TV
really a thing?
every night. I mean, you know,
People they probably use it for something, don't they?
Well, almost.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I haven't heard too much about it. I really
morning.
Yeah.
Janice Starlin Enterprises.
Sheesh. Answer
I got
that
two
phone
words for you.
a little more
Drop
sultrily.
dead. Twice.
Yeah.
So this woman's name is Lynn Cartwright, and
Calls me to
she's
tell me
married
Dr.
to the
Cyclops is on
screenwriter,
Channel
the guy
9.
who wrote the script, Leo
Yes.
Gordon,
I've
who
seen
also
it
wrote the
twice already.
screenplay for The Terror, which we saw. Maybe we left that out. No, we talked about The Terror earlier, but he wrote the script for The Terror, which we all know didn't really have much of a story.
Miss Starlin for the conference. Would you like to speak to her secretary?
Oh, no. Just say to Miss Darlin I should like to see her when she has time, huh?
Yes.
Also wrote a screenplay for Tower of London, which is a Corman
Was there
movie with
something else,
Vincent
Mr.
Price,
Hanson?
which is not necessarily a horror movie, but it's really good. If you like Richard III shit, it's, fun. And he also did like a bunch of westerns, and he was in Haunted Palace, which is Corman's Lovecraft movie.
What a character. A regular two-eyed Dr. Cyclops.
Even the bow.
Good morning. May I see Miss Zodling, please? He's a real weirdy. Wonder what his game is.
Who cares?
Weirdy. That's
No more than
we
thinks
gotta
he's
bring.
He's
that
a real
back,
weirdy.
I'm telling
right? A real
Cooper so.
weirdy.
Yeah, weirdo's too
Sometimes
dumb. We
really
gotta say
has the exact
weirdy.
word.
Weirdy.
But what?
That's just it. They don't know.
Oh. So anyway, back to Irving.
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 Irving. It's like, is there even any glass in that?
morning,
Those are
Miss
just
Darling.
like
Good
blank
Good
panes.
morning. I
They
can't
have
get
to
away
be.
any sooner. Is it important?
Miss Darlin, do you remember the big cat I showed you last week? No?
He's definitely doing an
about
accent
it?
here. He didn't get the time to shine enough, so
want
he's
you to look
taking
at him.
full advantage of it. He's always playing like, gardeners, or it's just the smallest. Doesn't get a role like this. It's so funny to me.
Did he have speaking roles?
Yeah,
when he was in the
he'd
background?
speak, but it wasn't like in Frankenstein. He has speaking lines, but like
You're young.
his daughter gets
you
murdered.
realize what
Like
that
it's
means?
it's
You're
kind
a
of it's
kitten again.
kind
There's
of
one
brutal.
life to live over. How does it
He
feel?
really gets the chance
I
to
think
act in that
perhaps you'll
movie,
be
but
able
it's
to
still a
find
very
out for
small
yourself, Miss
part.
Darling. Today will be your first injection.
He gets killed by Karloff in House of Frankenstein, and Karloff plays a mad scientist in that one. And this guy plays one of his enemies who turned him in.
Sit down, please.
She's going in. She's biting the bullet, the magic bullet.
This is what they doing with the COVID vaccine.
What is it, Gleason? I sent you a
They've been using that royal jelly.
They've been
It's gonna turn
sneaking-
us all into wasp people.
Sneaking royal jelly into the COVID vaccine.
Check the full amount. Sue?
The reptile's favorite thing to eat is wasps, so they're trying to turn us all into wasp people.
Oh no.
With the COVID-19 vaccine.
Listen, Gleason just got
Oh no, don't give him any ideas.
Doesn't take much for
Enzyme
conspiracy
extract.
theories to spiral out of control, does it? Ooh, that's cool. I like that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, we are making progress. There's great improvement in the tissue.
She looks
Why is
worse.
it taking so long? It's the 3rd week.
You forget, my dear, there's more to you than a little kitten, no? Besides, there's a difference in metabolism.
Why not increase the dosage? Wouldn't that step up the process?
Patience, my dear.
Hey, I'm curious to know, S-Sync, if you're tuning in right now, how our audio's been. If we've been if I've been echoey tonight, or if Evan's been echoey tonight. Just trying some different things with the mics, so I'm not sure how that's been working out. Fingers crossed, though.
You know, I've been experimenting with a concentrated solution of the enzymes. Oh, a great deal more powerful than the solution I've been using in your injection.
Oh?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
And I think
Thank you.
I think it'll be better for lotions. As an emollient lotion, it'll make estrogenic creams and all such products old-fashioned. My dear, Stalin will be world famous, bringing youth to millions.
You're right, Zinthrop. There are going to be a few red faces in my advertising
I'll show
department.
Evan.
But I am right. Why, your own mirror will tell you that I am right. Why, you look at least 5 years younger than you looked 3 weeks ago.
I know.
Nice.
Nothing douches it up more than a basketball jersey.
No, that's the cherry on top, without a doubt.
If you set that to like black and white, it would look like a pretty good album cover, I think. Monster on Campus. It's my mixtape.
You have to put one of those parental advisory things on.
Exactly, yeah.
Is your chat up, Evan? Did I take it?
No, I
Can you
can't.
talk to Bill a minute, Sue?
No, I can see.
Hey. Bill, I think I've got it. Yeah, I'm a nervous wreck. At lunch.
You'll have to translate for me, Coop. I'm not very good at that technical stuff. Pseudo-technical. Mr. Zinthrop is a very capable confident
I'm not very good at that
man.
technical stuff, see?
He claims he can stimulate the processes of rejuvenation through the use of enzymes extracted from wasps. Oh, for...
Wasps.
Well,
Wasp, puff, puff, puff.
What a white Anglo-Saxon Protestants have to do
That
with
woman's
this.
so intent on holding back time, she'd ready to vote the first phony
What kind of
action.
enzymes are they? Do they have a
I guess they do have the
Stalin
best
has built her
genes,
whole
don't
life on
they?
youth and beauty.
Yes, we're working.
She's losing them. She's
We believe
Right now
very
she's on
much in this
cloud nine with
eugenics
that
thing I've been
presenter.
hearing
I'd
so
hate to be
much
around
about
when she comes
lately.
back down to earth.
Well, maybe we can let
Oh,
it down
no.
easy. I think we owe her that much.
Yeah.
Oh, the 50s.
What are we going to do? We can't just let Zinthra build up her hopes and then knock the props out from under her.
How can he do such a terrible thing?
Why does nobody have a pit boy?
There must be something they can do before he's too.
Yeah,
A mighty convincing argument. Very impressive to the layman. 10 to 1, he's got a record just as impressive. Well, there are ways to find out. The answer might be right here in our hands.
It's a tiny looking booth.
That is
Yeah, it's kind of it's uncomfortable.
Keep this letter for a day or two.
Wait a minute. Suppose she finds out it's gone. I'm the only one with access to that desk. She'll know I took it.
Well, it's a chance you have to take, Mary.
I think we can be pretty sure that Coop knows what he's doing, honey.
Well, sucks to be you then.
Come on, young lovers.
The city. Ah, the city. Like a lot of the smaller movies he did after this, like Bucket of Blood and Little Shop of Horrors, take place in like Los Angeles on like, you know, Skid Row, you know, basically near where they're like living. So it's kind of funny that this takes place in like, I don't know if this is supposed to be New York City. But I kind of appreciate that from his other movies, which both of those movies end with a chase through Skid Row, and it's just like, if I've seen it once, I don't need to see it again. Why are we doing this? Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
She's about to have a party.
Uh-oh. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
Holy shit. Gonna give myself enough enzymes to last me. Take me back 20 years.
Dun 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 dun. Can't believe that was really in her arm.
She really committed to it.
So this lady playing Janice Starlin, her name is Susan Cabot. This was actually her last film. And she'd been in 5 other Roger Corman movies before this. But she has a very interesting life story, to say the least. Ah!
What is it, Maureen?
It is you, Miss Darling.
Of course it's me. Who did you think it was?
Well, you look so different.
Finish your nails.
Finish your nails. You get back to your important work.
Maureen?
Get back to your little nails.
I think think your phone is ringing.
Oh, yes, Miss Starling. Good morning.
I
Enterprises.
love that.
Gentlemen.
She's like immediately goes into like a whole other mode.
Enterprises
Good
is about to
morning.
start on the most widespread
Everyone's got their
publicity
customer
campaign in the
service
history of
voice.
the cosmetic industry.
That's true.
Yeah, this,
God, no.
this company is like a sex phone voice.
Yeah.
Return to you with Janice Starling.
They're phone sex operators.
When Mr. Zinthrop arrives,
She's
there
just
will be a press
moonlighting
interview and all
when
questions
she's not
regarding
busy
the
with her
relations
secretary
will be
job.
put to him. That'll be all for now, gentlemen.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's wonderful. You look marvelous.
God, you look so hot. Oh man, I gotta dial it back. Gotta dial it back.
Oh, not you, Mary. Wait a minute.
Yes, Miss Starling.
Sir, HR is sitting in this office right now. Oh, yeah, just kidding.
Sorry, it's my
You're
first
actually
day. I
ugly.
just want to make a good impression on the boss.
It's a miracle. A wonderful, incredible miracle.
We were so worried about you. We really thought you were in danger.
So she
We went to
like,
plotting
so
how to
Susan
rescue you
Cabot
from Mr. Zinthrop.
started as like a singer, and she was a stage actress, did like a bunch of bit roles, and like she was romantically linked to King Hussein of Jordan in like
How old do I look? Tell
the
me.
50s, which was like kind of a crazy thing. There were rumors maybe she was like an FBI,
Maybe
like
22?
you know, like the FBI was using her
That's
to
how old I
like get
was when I started
information
Janice
about
Starling
his,
Enterprises.
you know,
Do you
I
realize
don't know.
what that
And apparently her
that's where I
son
started.
is their illegitimate
18 years
child.
ago.
That was another rumor
with what
about
it took 18
her.
years to accomplish?
But she retired after this movie. She did some television still and stage stuff, but this was her last movie. And kind of the end of her life kind of mirrored this movie in that like her son was taking HGH because he had this like disease, and so she started taking it like to kind
She
of like
was doping.
she was trying to like apparently kind of like this, trying to stay young, and so she was taking this HGH, and it inflamed all these like problems she was having with mental illness. Oh, crazy cat! Oh, Jesus Christ! This is this. If you've seen Bucket of Blood, Roger Corman must have had a thing against cats, because that's the first thing that dies in Bucket of Blood too.
Do you think that will happen to Jan?
I'm sending an email to Peter right now.
Peter who?
To make sure he gets canceled.
No, Michael, you're being way too rough with that cat. I thought you actually wanted me to break its neck. No!
It says on the script right here, kills the cat.
I was method acting.
Drop the accent. We know you don't have an accent. You're not a method actor. You're a goddamn villager from the Frankenstein movies now. You're
No,
getting
act
your
like
time
it.
to shine. Chill out a little bit.
It's gonna
I love this. Like, this is like a Looney Tunes bit. What's about to happen right now? He's got that 1,000-yard stare. Well, let's see how well he hid the cat. Oh shit, probably fed it to the wasps.
Wouldn't your pocket be disgusting if you just shoved the pipe into your pocket that has tobacco in it?
Oh yeah, there'd be tons of loose tobacco and ash. Yeah, it'd be nasty.
Got a very resiny pocket.
Smelly pocket.
My pocket's sticky.
Yeah, if you're smoking a sticky icky, that's a dank pocket.
Tick, 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 tick.
Mr. Zinthrop! Mr. Zinthrop?
So, like, basically, at the end of her story, she became a recluse, lived in squalor, and then one night attacked her son, like, in just kind of like some cut. She had taken some of his HGH and was just in a crazy state. And her son claimed that she attacked him, and so then he bludgeoned her to death with a barbell, a weightlifting barbell. And he was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, served 2.5 years in prison and 3 years probation.
Oh my gosh.
So she met in 1986. So she made a sad end.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sad.
I want you to find him, Mr. Hellman.
Whoa.
I don't care what
That
it
was
costs.
wild.
We'll find him, all right. Sooner or later, we find them all.
Time is vital, Mr. Hellman. Every hour he's gone, it means more than you can possibly imagine.
I'm getting older
You
every
haven't
second.
given me very much to go on. No home address, no former employer, no phone. This is just like starting from scratch.
I like his
Mr.
hairstyle.
Zinthrop wasn't a...
Yeah, this is a kind of a popular 1950s style.
He didn't
This
go through
like
regular personnel.
it's like a white gray.
You say he came here about a
Like
month
it
ago.
doesn't. It's
How did he come
weird.
here, Miss Starlin? He
But
just didn't
there's
walk
a
in off the
couple
street, did he?
actors at this time that had like
The letter.
weird hair
Right
like
here in my
this.
drawer.
He looks like the guy off of Johnny Quest.
Yes, he does.
One
And
of the
there's
others.
another actor that was that was it wasn't.
So that's
See,
what
that's the thing. I thought
What, who
he
met?
does look almost like that to the point you could think that's who the character is based off of. But
Miss Starlin?
there's another actor who looks similar.
Letter's
But
been
that's
taken,
who the
just the
character
look.
is
You know
based
who
off
took it,
of.
is that
So
right?
it's, yeah, it's just a popular look. This guy plays a mad scientist in a movie that we'll watch on the show eventually. So
It might be better if I busted
That'll
in
be
on her
fun.
cold. This way she'll have a chance to prepare a story.
I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Mary? Janice Starlin.
But before I went to lunch, I made a duplicate copy of Mr. Zenthrop's letter. I was
He looks
going
really
to take
cool
that
standing
with
there.
Bill and Mr. Cooper at first.
yeah, he
And not
seems like
awkward at
very
all.
uncomfortable. Yeah, very super awkward.
Have you got the copy?
Yes, it's in my desk.
Get that copy, Miss Dennison.
He's standing like when your mom is like
946 West
talking to her
73rd Street,
friend and you
Manhattan.
need something from her,
That's right.
but you're trying not to bother
Get right on it, Jerry, and check back with me as soon as you can.
her. This music again.
It's goddamn music.
It's the only song they had.
Like when we watch Little Shop of Horrors, by then you guys will definitely you guys will be so pissed. I can't wait. It's fucking music. It sounds like music that would be scored by a guy named Frank Katz.
This is Cat's music.
All right, we gotta pad out this running time here.
Dear God.
You said this was a shorter movie, wasn't it?
It's not as short as the last movie we watched. It's like it's 69 minutes.
Nice.
Yes, there it is. Yes. I was waiting for that. My God.
Dude.
asking
I'll
everybody.
be right back. I'm going to go refill my drink.
I think you got plenty of time. They just faded into like the same shit.
They were really at this for a long
They're like,
time.
we're gonna dissolve into the same shit. We're not going anywhere. How long does this track go? How long do we need to keep this going for? Oh.
Look, I bought the whole song. I'm gonna use the whole song.
Oh, something else. Nice.
Finally.
Yeah. Oh. You're
Yeah.
sure he's our boy? Uh-huh.
Is he?
Central emergency. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it looks like we've got him. There's a John Doe down at Central Emergency, auto accident. There's no identification on him, but he was wearing a lab smock and filled Zinthrope's description.
Mary, get my coat and Lane, get a cab downstairs. Is he badly?
Head injury, general contusion to the body.
Oh, we're coming up on second break.
Oh, right there. Right there?
No, that's not it.
Okay. Oh, God.
Can't tell as yet.
Oh.
How long before you
I'll have to
Did
keep
you
my
pause it?
finger on
Hard to
this
say,
button.
Mr.
No. Do you guys know who that doctor
Best man for
is?
this kind of injury.
Well, there's several types
That's
of
the man
specialists.
himself, Roger Corman.
I take full responsibility for the expenses.
Doing a
Looking
little.
kind of young.
Very. No, he was super young. He was in his, like, mid-20s here. Like, late.
This is it.
Okay. And that is going to take us to our second break. So, yeah, that was Roger Corman right there playing the doctor. And, yeah, he was, God, I don't know. He was born in, like, 1926. So he's...
Roger Corman.
So he must be, like, in his 30s here. Like,
He's older than that now.
yeah, he must be...
That's true.
Yeah. Time has passed.
Time has passed. No.
Can we get a fact check on that? Could someone
hold
verify
on.
that?
If you're
We do some
born
subtraction
in
to make sure.
1928, and then you make a movie, and he must have been like 30, 31 when this was made, something like that. So
3031, way past the millennium.
Oh my God. No. No. So yeah, I mean, he was, again, this was his 22nd movie. He started directing 5 years, like 4 years before this. So in I guess he started directing 4 years before this, in like 1955. And yes, fresh. Sure, why not?
Yeah, 31 Savage.
31 Savage.
Yeah,
he, in a span of like 4 or 5 years, he's made over 20 movies. He's only 31, and he's already got 20 movies under his belt. And
it's incredible.
Yeah,
literally unbelievable.
It really is. And he had made a movie before this called The Undead, which is kind of like a horror movie. But a lot of his other things, like Attack of the Crab Monsters, do you want to call that horror or do you want to call that sci-fi? It's kind of relative. So that's the thing. This is really, I would call one of his first like real horror movies, because The Undead is kind of like a weird, like a costume drama in some ways almost. Like there's all this, I don't know. It's not my thing. I haven't seen it. But he did this, and then he did A Bucket of Blood, and then by the next year he made his first Edgar Allan Poe movie with Vincent Price, House of Usher. So he like fully committed to horror movies within a year of making this. Like, this was his first real kind of serious one, and he was all in after that.
Something just clicked.
Something clicked. But he did have some movies before this.
Felt right.
Right. Something felt, well, he just knew. And I think he saw what the studios were doing, and he had been waiting for a while to kind of take the power into his own hands and be able to produce and direct and distribute his own movies, which he did with this company film group. But then, he did like the Poe movies with AIP, which was like, that was like a whole kind of complicated relationship. But he was the indie, he was trying to find the indie way of doing what everybody else the big studios were doing. Like, how can I do what the big studios are doing, but a lot cheaper? Which in the 50s, in the mid-50s, was a lot more sci-fi stuff. So the two trailers we're going to see at the break are for some Corman sci-fi movies that he did in the middle of the 50s. The first is for a movie called It Conquered the World, which is the It that conquers the world is a ridiculous looking monster. It's so funny. And like the lead actress always, like, I've read things about her just being like, I heard the title of the movie was It Conquered the World, and then I got on set and I saw the monster and I was like, this is the thing that conquered the world? And like, you could just kick it and it would fall over. And it was,
oh my god.
Like, you'll see, it is absurd.
I googled it. It looks so, yeah.
It is so dumb. Well, see, the thing is, Corman designed the monster himself, and he was an engineer. So he thought that one of the most durable monsters would be something that would be low to the ground. But
got a nice low center of gravity.
That was his thinking, but it doesn't make for a very scary monster when it's low and squat. But
the man was making a battle bot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so funny, because he went to school for engineering, and then he ended up getting into movies, and within just a couple years of he had worked at Fox, reading scripts, and he felt like he had done work on this big script that he didn't get credited for, and so that's when he decided, I'm going to make my own movies, and he just started cranking them out. So it's just his story is just so wild to me. The fact that he's still alive. So God, knock on wood, hopefully he stays that way for a little while longer.
He just needs some royal jelly.
Yes, well,
but not too much.
Not too much. Then he's the WASP geriatric man, and God knows what that would look like. So we're going to see these two Roger Corman trailers, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting conclusion of The Wasp Woman. So stick around. We'll be right back.
What's this all about? What's everybody running from?
It's the end of everything.
What do you mean?
I'm not arguing theory, General. I'm here to ask you, to beg you, to save your own world.
It, the most fascinating mastermind man can conceive. A monster that can control all sources of the Earth's power. Able to pull man-made spaceships from their orbits. Making of those it chooses slaves. Of this woman, a willing handmaiden. Of the chief of police, a cold-blooded killer.
Well, I've known you for 5 years. You just killed a man in cold blood. Why? I'll have to place you under protective custody.
Peter Graves, the scientist who fought it. Beverly Garland, who believed her love stronger than it. Lee Van Cleef, whose brilliant mind was captured by it.
Are you really ready to stop loving me?
I'll need you even when no emotion exists.
For a few dollars, you can hire a woman who'll fit all your fetishes. She'll match your requirements perfectly. Then if you ever get tired of her, you can always run down to the employment agency for another.
You'll no terror to freeze your blood. You'll feel the heart-stopping strength of the most fearful monster ever known.
You think you're gonna make a slave of the world? I'll see you in hell first.
It conquered the world.
Killer's a fiend of the most diabolical kind.
13.
Maybe more. He's looking for only one thing. Blood.
Human victims for human blood. Experiment in horror to satisfy a desperate need never before known. A need that was not of this earth. From outer space he came to destroy the people of this planet, leaving in his path of doom a trail of terror.
He's going to kill me!
Stay there, I'm on my way.
I can't stay.
My voice cracked. And we are back. Fresh and I were over here singing during the break, and then all of a sudden, my voice cracks. So what are you gonna do? Life.
What are you gonna fucking do about it, dude? What are you gonna do?
So, yeah, those. That's a little sampling of what Roger Corman's career was like before tonight's film. A little bit of what he was up to. And I haven't seen either of those movies. I've certainly heard more about It Conquered the World than I've heard about Not of This Earth, but Not of This Earth looks really good.
Yeah, one of those movies looked a lot better than the other.
Yeah. Did you think that you weren't too impressed with the monster that conquered the world, huh?
I'll stand by my statement. I think that the man was making a battle bot.
Mm-hmm. It certainly resembles that in the size.
It's got the
shape.
kind of bashy arms.
Right. Yes, definitely bashy. Or that's a good way to describe him for sure. Bashy.
This thing conquered the world. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Like, we really suck, guys.
We really let our guard down, huh? Oh, yikes. Yeah, I that's the thing is you go and look at what some of these cheesy movies from this time, what the monster was or whatever the concept was, it didn't take much. I mean, I still don't think it takes much. It's just all about, are you making it fun? And I think that's the thing that Corman always did with his movies is he made them fun. Now, I don't know about... Wait, what is this, Fresh, that you posted?
It's Susan Cabot's Wikipedia photo, and it's just her and a bunch of cats. That's her main photo on Wikipedia.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that is...
Crazy cat lady.
Ah, okay, yeah. Showing it to Evan. Crazy cat lady. Yes. Well, and not to use the word crazy because certainly struggle with mental illness, which is a whole other thing, and that's, not to be taken lightly, obviously.
No, she's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Just crazy about cats.
Crazy about cats. I mean, she worked with Roger Corman 5 times. It's kind of, again, when you're making...
That guy's not crazy about cats.
No, clearly not. Seriously,
Well,
I didn't
is.
I didn't remember that a cat got killed in this film, and then when I put that together with the bucket of blood cat killing, it's kind of like, all right, does he have a thing against cats? Possibly. Who knows? I'm not.
What? We'll have to keep watching.
I'm surprised in Little Shop of Horrors he doesn't feed a cat to the plant, but it does not happen. He decided to spare the cat for that one. But yeah, so Roger Corman just had a very kind of wild career already up to this point. He had made those movies did well. Like, I'm pretty sure It Conquered the World made like a fair amount of money, and I know that. I mean, I really don't know how Not of This Earth did, but I feel like I know that he was always able to make enough money to make the next movie. That was kind of how he was working in these days, is that he'd crank out these movies and have enough money to be able to do the next set of movies, because he was never making just one. I mean, it was always one to the next or 2 movies at the same time. It was just always very like close proximity and like production schedules and planning, and so it's just a
you don't make 9 movies in a year by working on one at a time.
No, and you look at the genres. He's making westerns, he's making musicals, like rock musicals, juvenile delinquent films, action adventure, fantasy. He's doing all kinds of stuff. He's not certainly was not limiting himself. But I mean, that's the thing, is you look at all those genres and then you're like, oh, he really doesn't have that many movies that you could just say horror or even horror comedy. But then once you get Wasp Woman and then Bucket of Blood, Little Shop of Horrors, Creature from Haunted Sea, he had established a pattern. So he found his niche and he settled into it. But we are going to get into the exciting conclusion of The Wasp Woman. We have not seen The Wasp Woman in action.
Yeah,
yet,
this has been a pretty slow burn, I'd
yes,
say.
Yes.
Waiting on the action. Where's the action?
Where is it? Well, there's been some action. It just hasn't been Wasp Woman action.
Yeah, I want to see the monster.
I have a prediction.
Oh, okay.
Got Nostradamus in the building.
What you got, Fresh?
Right before she turns into the Wasp, it cuts to Boris Karloff in front of a fireplace, closing a book.
Yeah, Roger Corman was able to get Boris Karloff for a day to harken back to his role in the unaired television series The Veil. Exactly. How could we forget? Yes, I think that's pretty good prediction. I think that's pretty solid. So we'll see. We'll see if Boris Karloff makes an appearance. Reunites with Michael Mark, who he co-starred with many times. So it's so crazy to me that this fucking random guy that played all these bit parts. It's just the classic horror world and I don't know, the way that some of these people kind of cross over into different eras is just wild to me.
This was his big break.
Yeah, and he's fucking old as shit, and he's like, this is his big break.
It's finally happening. It's finally happening to me. I got my big break.
I'm ready to go. I got my accent all prepped. I'm ready to shine.
I've been practicing this Italian accent in front of the mirror for like 6 weeks.
Italian, Arab, Egyptian. I don't know what it is, but they're gonna like it. Corman's gonna like it. Corman's just moving too fast to care. He doesn't give a shit. He does not give a shit. All right. So, yeah, I think Fresh, if you have it queued up.
Yes, sir.
Then we're going to get into the exciting conclusion of The Wasp Woman right now.
I don't know, Arthur. I think it best we wait.
It's been 3 days since the accident, Jan. And no sign of improvement. He's still in a coma. You heard what the doctor said. He may never regain consciousness.
Could be
even
a week.
If he does, who knows how
Could
badly
be a
his brain
year.
has been damaged.
Could be 20 years.
Well, I'll give it another 48 hours. If he doesn't regain consciousness by then, well, you can take over the laboratory, Arthur.
Janice.
That's my decision.
She said he could take over the laboratory?
Yeah.
Get in there with these wasps. Get in there.
Get that jelly.
We're gonna make you buzz like a wasp. Buzz. See, if this guy was doing an original score, you would utilize, like, strings.
Right in front of our noses.
You know? Oh, it'd be so
Used
good.
it all. I could run a qualitative analysis.
Science. Qualitative analysis. Heard of those before. How's this for a qualitative analysis? It's me. I'm the Benjamin Button Man. Uh-oh. Oh, shit!
Oh!
Ah! Oh, God.
Those strings are good.
Look at her rocking those heels. Oh! Yes! Blood. God, you got a little blood.
Who's this guy?
There comes Costanza for some reason.
Fucking this guy. This guy's name is Bruno Visoda, and he was like, he pops up in some of Corman's movies. And he was in Bucket of Blood, playing a patron that buys one of Walter's death sculptures.
Always goes on a fritz right
Looks
in the
like
middle of a good program.
You guys ever see Popeye? What's the hamburger guy?
Wimpy? I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
That's it, yeah. Dude is always buying burgers on credit. The guy who's like out here writing bad checks
I
for
want
a
this to be the
hamburger.
biggest advertising campaign in cosmetic advertising.
Love that.
Do you
Every
take
newspaper
check?
and magazine in the country will be flooded with our new slogan. Return to youth with Janice Starlin.
Excuse me, Miss Starlin.
What is it, Thompson?
I think we should be a little conservative, Miss Starlin. Cosmetics are one thing.
Oh, the old white
Medication
guy
another.
with the white hair and the
Elaborate
mustache
trouble.
says that they
Yes.
should be a little conservative. Who's
All
shocked?
advertising copy will be cleared for your office.
Well, it's a touchy business, you know.
Max is right, Miss Starlin.
You don't have to second the motion, May.
She's losing her touch.
I want one thing understood very clearly now, gentlemen. Janice Starlin Enterprises is going to bring the most fantastically saleable product ever developed by
Wow.
modern cosmetics to the
most
and
fantastically
I don't intend to be restricted by
saleable-
timidity on the part of my own staff. Is
What
that
a nothing statement.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who does that sound like?
Are you all right, Mr.
This is
Holland?
going to be the biggest, most fantastic product.
Just a little headache, Mary.
The best.
in
Many
the
people say it's
history
the
of
best.
products.
Can I get you something?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you.
I have some aspirin in my purse.
It's all right, Mary.
It's fine. I just took some of my son's HGH. I'm good. I'm gonna be fine.
Oh. Yeah, sad story.
Everything will be fine.
See, and who knows how much of that is true, you know? But it is kind of wild to think about how there maybe could be some parallels between, like,
18 again?
the motivations of
15 years off Starlin.
a character in a movie
10 over
and that she played in a movie and
10.
her in real
Face
life.
it, honey.
She
This
wants
is
to be
Maureen
young.
you're
She wants
talking
to
Yeah?
maintain her youth.
Well, if I were you, I'd take a
And she
double
goes
dose.
to
Then maybe
terrible
Harvey wouldn't watch
lengths,
television.
It's
so
sad.
much.
That's
So
all.
who says he looks at it? I can't imagine what else he does.
But she grew up in like a
Forget
bad, like she was orphaned
Said
and
Cooper
in
come in
foster
yet?
homes, and she was abused. So she
Mr.
had
Board
a
meeting this morning.
rough life.
I bet Starlin's
She
having a
feel bad
fit.
for her.
He should worry. Uh-oh. See you later. Bye, honey.
Hi, pretty puss.
Wow, all right.
You know where,
No, it's just an actual porno. We came to fix the fucking air duct or something.
This guy's got the perfect attitude for it.
I'm gonna rest my crotch on your fucking shoulder.
He's got the bravado for
Would you
a
like to
porn
have
act.
this phone wrapped
Yeah,
around your
and the
ear?
stash.
Wise guy.
It's more like it, sister.
I'll give it to you, SC. I'll give you a yikes. This guy's definitely a hound dog. But obviously this lady's she's putting him in his place. She knows how to handle herself.
Oh, what is it, Mary?
Is there anything I can do?
Yes. Is Mr. Zinthrop's room ready?
Uh-huh. The nurse is fixing the emergency equipment now, and the ambulance is due any minute.
Well, be sure to let me know when it arrives. Oh, Mary, please, before you go, could you see if you could work that thing?
Oh, sure. I've seen lots of these.
Oh, I actually had one
Simple
of those.
enough.
Your roll-away
That'll be all,
bed.
Mary. Thank you.
Yeah. For company. Super
We've had a
convenient,
room
dude.
specially
Super
made over
convenient.
for you,
We
Mr.
get them a
Zinthorpe.
lot when we
And
go
Miss
to
Warren has a room
hotels.
adjoining yours, so there'll be
When
someone
all of
near
us
you
were
at all
staying in,
times.
all six of us were staying in a room.
When you're feeling better, Mr. Zinthorpe.
There'd be a pull-out couch and we'd get a roll-away bed.
Gotta start breaking out the extra beds.
Yep. The hotels had roll-away beds. Best Western
Yeah,
always had roll-away beds.
They still do.
Yes, they do.
We'll do everything we can to
need
make
it,
you comfortable, Mr. Zinthorpe.
Damn it! Should have done
I
that
got to
when I was
spend
on
the nights here in
vacation
my
one
office.
time. We didn't even think of it.
So if anything develops, I'll be
Bring
at
like
home.
10 people and be like, yeah, we just need a one bedroom.
We
Or
did
just need
have a lot of
bed,
people in the
room.
room, and I don't even think there was room to put a roll-away bed in there, honestly.
There's something I must tell you.
Yeah, he's dripped out right now, dude. Look at that.
Look at those PJs.
Yeah, I love those
He's,
swag.
he's recovering in style.
I cannot remember.
I'm sure it can wait. Right now, the main thing is to get you back to health.
Let's get you
That
back.
nurse has
Yes, Mr.
some major
Sure is funny about
resting
old
bitch
fools.
face.
This is one day of work.
She
and we're
looked
ready to
not
call this
amused
in.
at all.
Well, he's a pretty conscientious guy,
she's
honey. If he
not.
got sick or something, he'd have called in.
Relax. We'll probably be in bright and chipper in the morning.
Interrupting something?
Oh, we were just having a little coffee clutch, Miss Starlin. We were talking about Mr. Cooper.
What about Mr. Cooper?
Well, about his missing the meeting this morning. Nobody's been able to reach him all day.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Mr. Cooper's been here a long time. Probably
Classic
feels he's
Coop.
entitled to take a day for himself now and then.
That's what I've been trying to tell Mr. Lane.
Oh,
We don't know where
Miss
he
Starlin,
went.
How is Mr. Zinthrop?
Oh, fine. In a few days, we'll start the layouts for the campaign.
Oh, I'm ready when you are, boss.
Look those over.
Hey, Bill.
This guy, his name's Anthony Isley. He's credited as Fred
Don't
here
be
for
silly.
some
I just wanted to
reason.
know that I'm an eager member of the team.
He's also in Dracula
Still,
versus
she is looking a
Frankenstein, which
lot
is a
younger
terribly
these days, isn't
schlocky. We've seen the
You think
trailer a
Zentrup would
couple
give you any of
times.
those
This one,
treatments?
Dracula has the afro,
break
the
the
monster. His face looks like a piece of steak. Back again.
What's he doing?
He's listening to the radio.
He was told there would be gigs.
He's got his AirPods in. He's listening to the radio.
Oh shit.
He's ready
I
to
just
go.
I pull my gun out.
And I started blasting. Frank Reynolds, sir. That's who he is.
What's that?
The bees, not the
Lie back now.
bees.
You just had a bad dream. Lie
You
down now.
just had a
Go to
bad
sleep.
dream, even though I am low terrible.
Horrible sound. Like a nightmare.
It's a bad dream. Lie down.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not real. Now I'm gonna go investigate.
Polka dots are in season.
Tell Mr. Green that personnel is his responsibility.
Great back.
Other
Yeah,
things
nice
to think
back.
about.
Wrong angle.
That city is buzzing.
Mr. Green
Look
feels
at
that the
that.
watchman never left the building.
It's angled up like
His
it's
lunch pail and his
Inception.
raincoat are still in the
Yeah, it's like
basement.
it looks like it's folding up. Yeah.
So
don't wanna
much
hear anything more
smog
about it, Mary.
in the background.
I reckon, Starlin. We'll use these. Oh, fine.
She swears she heard a scream from one of the other floors. Zenthrop heard it too, but she convinced him he was having a bad dream.
Oh, maybe they both were.
That's not funny anymore, Mary. There's something going on in that building. And I'm going to find out what it is.
How?
Have a look around Cooper's lab, for one thing. After that, I don't know.
Hold it
Are they having lunch and just drinking milk?
This is crazy.
Sure.
Get in trouble.
Milk.
Going out for one of our famous 3 milk lunches.
3
I won't tell
milk
you this one.
lunches.
Don't tell the
It
boss.
is
Don't let him know.
All right, Miss Darlin. I'll be in my room.
I don't know if anything's changed, I
Cynthia.
say, but
Zenthrop, you've got to help me. Something's happening.
Zenthrop.
Something's happening to me. I can't control it.
There's something I must remember, but I can't.
That's a pretty funny plot
WASP
device.
Like-
Like the guy that can help
The
you has
extras.
amnesia
You were
now.
yeah, the one guy who is the key to your
Just
survival. That is actually. Yeah.
Well, this is Zentrop's notebook, Mary.
I mean, that's the thing
That's
when
all his
it's all
experiments with Jan.
science. You know, it's like,
Well,
oh, there's
Cooper
one
got
guy that maybe has an answer, but he's
If only Coop would show up.
But he got hit by a car. Now I can't think.
he's not
Mary, look.
dead. He's just got amnesia. He would never leave his pipe
It's Mr. Cooper's
unattended.
pipe.
Don't
Yeah,
you
you
get
just
it?
put that
He's
in your
gonna go
pocket
out
when
his
you're done.
pants and leave that pipe behind. He's still somewhere in the building. I bet a year's salary on him.
If he is,
He's dead.
Holy shit!
And the night watchman.
And
Let me
the
get
night
out my
watchman.
jump to
There's only enough left for
conclusions,
one
man.
more injection.
Yeah. So
He's dead.
that guy saw the dude's pipe and assumed that he was dead.
Yeah. He never leave that pipe behind.
He must be dead.
He's dead, and so is the other guy.
Ah. Ah! Oh shit. Got her. Oh. Ooh. Oh, nice. Yes, good. Great shot. I love that.
is he
Terrific.
asleep?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't touch him.
If anybody knows what's behind all this,
He's
it's
full
him.
of wasps.
Mr. Zenthrop.
He's just humming.
Bill.
They shake him and a wasp start flying out of his mouth.
Oh no.
Poor Janice. Got a little buzz.
What is like the human version of the royal jelly? You just take that and then be human again, right?
Sure.
Just take like.
What is the equivalent? What is it, Fresh?
Like, just inject like placenta fluid, I guess.
Yeah, placenta
And then boom.
Person, everything else is still in
That's
there.
what it's called.
Well, without a
That's the
person.
technical term.
Let's get out of here. I don't like it.
Cat.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
That's what it is.
That's what's gonna happen at the end.
Who are you?
Well, there's nothing to be alarmed
Find me
about,
a
Mr.
pregnant
Simpson. I'm Bill
woman's
Lane.
stat.
This is Miss Dennison, Miss Starlin's secretary.
No, that's not what it's called.
Amniotic
No,
fluid,
it's
yes.
called
Yes,
placenta
yes.
jelly.
No.
Injections. Must not take any more injections.
Is Miss Darling in danger?
Terrible danger. I must...
Take it easy, Mr. Sinthrop. You're still pretty weak. Mary, see if you can get Jan on the
Pretty
phone.
sure it's called placenta jelly.
Oh gosh, royal jelly. I mean, what do you gotta do? You gotta find a member of the royal family, I guess, right? I mean, that's
Yeah, you gotta have royal.
right.
Yeah, you have to have royal
There's no answer.
placenta jelly.
Oh, Miss Darling?
Is that you, Mary?
Where are you? We're in the building. We're in Mr. Zinthrup's room. Something's happened down here.
No, pretty
Hello,
sure
Miss
we're
Darling.
right.
It's Lane.
No, I'm
No.
I must help. I'm
Don't let him get up,
responsible.
Mary.
I must help. You must not
I
hold
can't
me
explain
back.
now, Miss Darling.
I must go.
Hang on to it.
I must help. You must not hold me back.
Don't worry, Mr. Zinthrop. We won't let anything happen to Miss Darling.
Hello. Hello, Miss Darling.
What's going on down there?
Stay in your office. I'll be right up.
It's a small building.
Keep an eye on Zinthrop, honey. I'm going upstairs.
Oh, no. The insects. The insects.
Take it easy, Mr. Zinthrop.
You do not understand. Miss Darling, she's in danger. I must warn her.
Look, I'll have to stay here. You go for a chance.
Cut.
When you get
There's
up there,
no
call the police. You can't
accent.
get outside on this phone.
You're losing it, Mike. You're losing it.
You're slipping in and out of this
You're
accent.
slipping, Mike. You're slipping.
That's not the police. No, not the police.
Miss Darling! Miss Darling! It's me, Mary! Miss Darling, please, open the door!
Don't you do it. Oh.
What is it, Mary?
Miss Darling, please, will you please call the police?
What for?
Look, I don't have time to...
Mary!
I don't have time to tell you. Just call them and say, hey.
Sorry I had to do that. There's no time for hysteria.
Sorry, I just
Now,
sucked
what is
the
this?
shit out of you.
The enzymes. They've gone crazy.
Sure, Mr. Zinthrop, honey. You just relax and take it easy. Everything will be all
Sure,
right.
sure,
We'll take care of those,
You
whatever
do not
call them.
understand. You do not understand that girl. You shouldn't have sent her upstairs. She's in danger. You must stop her before it is too late.
Okay, as soon as the cops get here, we'll take
Very
her.
Where is
lucid
he
all of a
supposed
sudden. Yeah.
Darling will kill her and
Where's he supposed to be from? He keeps
Starling,
changing
kill
his
Mary.
accent.
Miss Darling is not a human being any longer. The enzymes have changed her.
Yeah.
She will destroy the girl as a female wasp would destroy her enemies and then devour the remains.
Oh, yeah.
Then Bill found Mr. Zinthrop's notebook in Cooper's desk. No, there's no mistake. We've got to call the police now.
Call the
Mary,
police.
you're just getting a
Call
little
the
excited.
police.
Who could possibly want to hurt Mr. Coop?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. She buzzing.
Hey, Mr. Cooper.
She buzzing.
Got a good buzz going.
I like the lighting there.
Yeah.
a bit of a delayed reaction.
Yeah, she was very concerned about it at first.
You have what it takes to fight the Wasp Woman.
The final boss.
I thought you were correct.
Mary!
Classic. It's
How many fucking floors
It's a
is
pretty
this building?
big
It's a
building.
huge building.
Can't wait a minute.
50 floors.
Laboratory. She's going to laboratory.
Get up the stairs fast.
What floor is it on? I don't know. It's somewhere between 30 and 40.
Yeah, you can't take the fucking stairs, bro. Obviously.
Wow, there's an axe on the wall. The perfect Deus Ex Machina. Oh, never mind. Just kick it.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Gives that little roundhouse kick. Got her.
Oh, now she's dead. Oh, wait.
You gotta squash her like a bug.
You gotta hit her with the steam. It's like WWE now. Just throwing chairs.
Laboratory cage match.
What is that?
Carbolic acid.
Yeah, obviously carbolic acid's gonna be the trick.
Oh, holy shit.
Nailed it. Who the hell? Why isn't this guy a fucking pitcher for the fucking Yankees? Ah! That
Jesus
was
Christ.
good. That was really good. Got it. Oh.
Jeez.
The Wasp Woman. Wow.
It's a good thing I remembered every wasp is weak to acid.
Good thing I just had this acid lying around in the laboratory, just out in the open. Not in a secure, safe place where you should store your acid normally, if you're a responsible scientist.
It's not safe handling.
Certainly not. Not even.
You gotta get a
close.
violation.
Big violations.
Most people are weak.
Most people are weak to acid. Acid's a very strong compound. Let's just say that. Let's, however you wanna slice it, it'll get you. And it certainly got Miss Janice Starland, didn't it? Wow. What? So what did you guys think? I mean, we didn't have any Wasp Woman action until the third act, but all things considered, what's
still a reasonable amount of action there at the end.
At the end,
the death was pretty great.
Right. Yeah. It was.
It's a little concerning. No one referenced the MSDS sheet for the carbolic acid before opening it and using it in the laboratory. I would like to see a little bit more.
Right.
Followed next time. So.
What the hell were they thinking? Right. I mean.
Yeah. Honestly, that could have been terrible. Bad things could have happened.
Right. I mean, where's the reality?
Luckily, they didn't. Nothing bad happened.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing bad happened except all those people who died.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Well, there is that, yeah. What? It's called SDS now? Why?
Yeah, fresh. Oh,
I didn't know that.
Eat it, fresh.
Damn.
No, it's cool. It's just SDS.
This is just the night of me being wrong about stuff.
Well, That's
Usually I'm definitely very right about it.
What gives? It's my birthday. I'm supposed to be right about everything.
Them's birthday rules. They didn't need the M.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah. You idiot.
Man,
Wow.
I've never felt so ashamed.
Don't you
honestly.
feel foolish?
I do. Fresh rug and the F is for. Yes.
God almighty. Yes. Well, acid saved the day. So, you know.
What? There's a fucking Fall Guys emote now? What the fuck?
What is that? What?
It's a Fall Guys emoji. I want one.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know.
What, Evan? Why don't you say anything? He's like, I can't see the chat. You could have said something a long time ago. You see it now, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to say it. You should know, Garrett.
You should know.
You should just know.
See, I don't know what this shit is.
Is that a Squid Game?
No, it's Fall Guys.
I'm kidding. I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
See,
sorry.
I haven't seen that either, so I don't know.
You haven't seen Squid Game?
Nope.
Oh, it's so good. You gotta watch it.
I'll watch it. There's so much I need to watch and catch up on. I'm one of those people. There's a lot of us out here who when everybody's hyping something up, it's like
We're watching Public Domain.
Yes, and that's yes. And now we're doing the exact opposite of anything hype. This is the exact opposite of hype. I'm
currently getting up to speed on Ozark.
Oh yeah, how's that been going? Have you been liking it?
Yeah, I watched up through season 2 a while back.
Yeah, then you stopped.
Anymore,
I remember, yeah, you told us, and then so now that you've restarted it, are you into it? Is it still like, what do you think?
Yeah, it's really good. I like it. It's just, it's Breaking Bad too.
Okay. Did you get into Better Call Saul?
Yeah, isn't that Breaking Bad too?
No, I don't like Better Call Saul. It's super slow.
Yeah, don't like it. I saw the first season, and I liked that, but I stopped watching. I just didn't have cable.
Yeah,
for
it was there was too much going on, and it was just really 7 storylines that were slowly progressing, and I was like, I think I'm good.
Like, I'm
not as exciting as a guy making meth.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting as a guy turning evil.
More meth. No.
We need to cook, Jesse.
Now there's your modern day mad scientist, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Walter White.
Walter White
has scientist abilities and uses them for.
Yeah, I loved when he made that big blue meth monster.
Wouldn't that have been great? They just decided to turn him into
the final episode,
Bela Lugosi style mad scientist. And
that's how they get the bad guy at the end.
Monster in the basement, and
it all works out for him. He gets away with it.
That would be terrific. But unfortunately, no. It
cures his cancer for some reason.
It's over. It's over. So.
Thank God. I'm glad they ended it.
I don't know if they're doing any more movies. I think they're probably done on that front as well. But they did do that Netflix movie. Not to go. We're going off on a whole Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul tangent here.
But yes, Ozark is good. Yes,
Ozark. Yeah, that was the original thing. So yes, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. You're getting into it. Yeah, it's hard to find, with everything out there, all the choices. It's hard.
Dude, all I'm saying is Jason Bateman has come a long way.
I need to just rewatch Arrested Development. It's been I've waited long enough. Like, you have to, if you love a show like that, sometimes you just watch it too much and you're like, okay, I gotta take a year or two and not see a single episode and then come back to it. So I'm ready to come back to Arrested Development, man. Oh, I love Arrested Development. One of my favorites.
I think we're still on a tangent.
We are. We're all.
No.
No.
This is the show.
This is the show
This
now.
is what it's all about. No, we're all off on a tangent. No. Wasp Woman, that was it. Any last notes I have is I think the only other thing I didn't mention is that it was remade in 1995 for this, like, Roger Corman had this series on Showtime, which he was producing all these, like, made for cable movies, and they did like a couple remakes of his old ones, and one of the remakes they did was The Wasp Woman. And
did they shoot it in 2 weeks too?
I don't think so. I know she's more resembles the poster, where she's got wings and she's got all like a thorax or whatever the hell wasp body's called, but she's got more of that insect look. So
and then she had a cameo appearance in the Ant-Man movie.
Yes, well, not even cameo, man. The Wasp. They left out the woman part, but I mean, in the Wasp Woman would have been, same thing.
It would have been a very different movie if we had what we had tonight.
Yes, she's getting injected with royal jelly enzymes and whatever the hell else. Certainly would have been a different movie. Not a superhero, monster for sure.
Super villain.
Well, there's a fine line, but
you have to be super before you can be a supervillain.
Touche. That's a good point. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. But yeah, I mean, it's Roger Corman in his early days before he really, again, he hit it big with his Edgar Allan Poe movies, but this was kind of right before that, and him really kind of committing to horror, and it kicked off a whole kind of cycle of movies for him that really, throughout horror film history, it's like independent filmmakers that just kind of like decide to take things into their own hands and, let me do something, I'm gonna make money like everybody else, but like, let me do it cheap, let me do it quick, and ends up making some interesting things along the way. Not great, but interesting.
Look, I just gotta make enough money to get to the next movie.
That was literally his mantra, and it worked. Man ended up running a studio, doing all kinds of fun stuff, still alive, and we will see more of his movies. So, we'll eventually get to a Little Shop of Horrors, but yeah, I mean, he knew. You just kind of, you look at what the studios are doing, and you do it for a fraction of the budget, a fraction of the time, and that was the same thing that the Poverty Row people were doing, and those movies Lugosi was doing. It was that same mantra of, look at what the big guys are doing, let's do the same thing, but for cheaper, for quicker, and
a bit cheaper.
And that actually takes us to next week's film, which is a Poverty Row movie from PRC, Producers Releasing Corp, called Fog Island, which is it's actually more of a murder mystery type film, with some actors who were kind of known for being in a lot of horror movies. So, Fog Island, yes.
Fog Island.
Fog Island. It's the sequel to Fall Guy. It's Fog Island. No, Fog Island. And it's a fun movie. It's another one that I just kind of discovered recently, and the cast is good. And if you like a good murder mystery, it's kind of an old dark house thing, but it's more of there's more devious, like, backstabbing and people, like, trying to, you know, I don't know, much more exciting than some of the old Dark House. I mean, Monster Walks was a whole thing that Evan and I sat through, and The Bat was okay, not great, you know, that Vincent Price movie that we saw. So this movie, Fog Island, is a little more it's a little more like it's not a detective story, but it's a little more like I don't know, it's just more interesting than the old Dark House movies that we've seen so far, I think. So that's what we're going to be watching next Friday. So you can catch us here at 9 o'clock for that. You can catch us on Wednesday for another episode of The Veil, starring Boris Karloff. It's a paranormal anthology series, and you know, we're in fall now, and next week's episode's called Summer Heat, so that's going to be great. Can't wait for that.
Hopefully we're not still feeling the summer heat.
Hopefully not, but who knows? Especially where we're at.
Yeah.
God knows, we probably could be. But yeah, so you can catch us on...
Weather spins on a dime around here.
It really does. At the drop of a hat. I mean, we had 89-degree weather 2 days ago, and the high today was like 70 something.
It's going to be in the 40s tonight.
It's going to be 48 tonight. It's crazy. So that is the weather around here. But so you can catch us on Wednesday for the mini-sodes. You can keep track of the drinks that Evan's going to be bringing us, the movies that we're going to be watching, some fun facts, the trivia question, by following our Instagram page or our Twitter page, and both of those are at Scream Stream Show. You can watch past episodes on our YouTube page. You gotta go look it up. That's a weird URL until we get enough subscribers. You can find me on Twitter at Spakenstein. You can find Fresh on Twitter, Instagram at Fresh, and YouTube at Fresh Rogan.
I started making some ridiculous memes last night on the Fresh Rogan page.
I saw those. They're
all like the same meme.
Yes, they were. I noticed that, and I was here for it. I was definitely here for it.
I'm gonna keep it going tonight, I think.
Do it. I love the commitment. Do it up. That's awesome. Yeah, so follow us on all our pages. Keep track of everything. If you want to email the show, it's screamstreamshow.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Until next... hold on. Anything before we sign off tonight, boys?
Yeah, I got one thing.
What you got?
Roger Corman. Slept in a weird position. Now I got testicular torsion.
Jesus.
I know somebody that happened to.
Jesus.
That's right, baby. I'm twisted up, baby. Come on.
Well, on that note, until
Too
next
twisted.
week, sweet screams, everybody.
Creep tight, don't let the vampires bite.
And to all a good fright.
I'm sorry.
Line.
I forgot. We did it.